Is it really the Asian Football Confederation, or should we start calling out the bias? Because with AFC's latest actions, that is becoming crystal clear. India's most iconic club, Mohun Bagan Super Giant, is staring at a multiple-year suspension only because they refused to travel to Iran, and that too citing security concerns. Let's be clear here, this wasn't arrogance, this wasn't meant as a disrespect to the tournament. It was a simple call, one taken with the intent of protecting their own players. Mohun Bagan had formally requested AFC to shift their clash against Iran's Sepahan SC to a neutral venue. Their international players have expressed genuine fear, given the volatile situation in West Asia. But AFC, they didn't budge. They outright dismissed the request. So the club prioritized safety. They refused to travel. Exactly what happened last year when they had to face Tractor SC. Remember, back then it was peak Israel-Iran conflict. And again, Mohun Bagan pulled out, not out of ego, but out of caution, because AFC left them with no other choice. But AFC's response has been consistent too: punishment. Last year, elimination. This year, elimination plus a looming threat of a multi-year suspension. Now, here's the problem with that. Fans are furious. Many are slamming Mohun Bagan's management as cowardice. But let's ask a simple question here. What was the club supposed to do? And above all, if tomorrow an Australian or Japanese or even a Saudi club raised the same concerns, would AFC be just as harsh? No, they'll be very understanding, because that's what the past has told us. Last year, a World Cup qualifier between Iran and Qatar was shifted to Dubai. The Asian Champions League tie between Saudi club Al Nassr and Esteghlal also moved because it was Cristiano Ronaldo's team. Earlier this year, the AFC Women's Asian Cup qualifiers shifted from Jordan to Qatar. So clearly, when it's certain clubs, certain entities, AFC finds solutions. But when it's an Indian club, suddenly rules are rules. Let's add another layer here. If something happens to a European player in Iran, their government steps in. If it's an Australian or Japanese player, their embassies, they act immediately. But if it's an Indian club, who will guarantee protection? That's the reality that Mohun Bagan had to consider. And it's not just about safety, it's about prestige. The prestige of one of Asia's oldest football clubs, a team that carries a legacy of 130 years. Yet AFC's double standards make it look like Mohun Bagan are the real villains. But the truth is, the real villain here is the bias that AFC seems to be acting upon. Think about it. Europe bans Russian teams after the Ukraine invasion. Norway's FA president openly demands Israel's suspension from world football. And in Asia, matches are shifted at will to protect clubs of Saudi Arabia, Qatar or Iran. But when India asks for a neutral venue, AFC opens up the rule book. Why? So yes, fans must call out Mohun Bagan's management for sure, pull them up when right, but not for refusing to travel. They must call them out for not fighting hard, for not questioning AFC's hypocrisy, because look at cricket. BCCI never spares PCB. Even though PCB chief Mohsin Naqvi is ACC president, India openly demands action against him. They don't allow double standards to pass through. Football in India, that's silent. Sure, Mohun Bagan has done something about it this time. Unlike last year, they have approached the Court of Arbitration for Sport. But what are they seeking? A fair resolution. But it cannot just be about saving themselves. They must demand accountability from AFC. Either AFC applies the same rules for all, or admit openly that India doesn't count in Asian football politics. Because India is paying the price for not having global football icons, no celebrity superstar to rally behind, no heavyweight to pull through in the AFC boardrooms. So the real battle isn't just Mohun Bagan versus AFC, it's India versus systemic bias. And unless Indian football learns to fight, we'll keep losing off the pitch even before the game begins.
Firstpost now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
Stands at $36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
Geschäftsführenden Direktoren,
Hindi,
$30 trillion ka karjo.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Kali radikali.
Japanese,
4 兆ドル以上も
Portuguese,
por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select the language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. Firstpost.